What's up, everyone? How you guys doing? If you are here, welcome. We're in bull season, everybody. Get those smiley faces on because you know that is what's up. Now, if you're watching this video, just do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, the little red thing down there, and the little bell, so you can see all the other videos that I'll be doing from now on. And if you're watching on Facebook, for some reason, I can't tell you why, but it's not loading this video on Facebook, so hopefully we get to that point where we can actually get it done. Now, yeah, let's talk about the market because it's gone absolutely ballistic, and it's really, really exciting. So let's just look into what's been happening and maybe my prediction from yesterday at the end of the video, just to show you guys what is really going on in this market. So as you guys can see, everything is in the green, immensely in the 20 to 30, 10%, 15%. The only things that pretty much aren't are USD coins, because they are the ultimate shit coins. Not really. We like stable coins, they're great, but technically if you're really into crypto, you believe in Bitcoin, you believe in Ethereum, you believe in, you know, the real use case coins out there, and there are a lot of them, and a lot of mainnets are coming on now. And this is why I told you guys April. Everyone's like, why April? It's like, because all the mainnets are coming on. It's been a really long winter, the longest ever in crypto, and we are ready for the boom to actually happen. So this is what you guys have to have in store for yourselves, and just get ready because it's going to be quite exciting. I'm excited. I'm sure all of you are excited, and this is just something that's really, really fun, and I'm excited for everyone to be here. So if you're here and you're let me know you're here. I'm on Facebook. For some reason it's not working, as we know. It's just sad, but hey, it's Facebook. That's what they do. Facebook does suck, exactly. All right, so who's here? Suman will hit 6,000 for sure this week to next week. Potentially, yes, I believe we're gonna go at least to 5,500 before we do correct back down, and we'll see. Yeah, Facebook is down, Kenton, I don't know why, but tell everyone to just come on and get over here and come say hi on YouTube. Do comment and do tell me what you guys are thinking about the market. Hey, Alan. Hey, Brian, Lily, Kenton, and Corinne. Great seeing all you guys here. Jethro as well. So jumping in, we also can see this, but here's what I want you guys to pay attention to. Some people were saying with me with Athena, how come you're not making calls right now? And I said, well, simple as it is, if I called PPT in the last 24 hours and Bitcoin is up 19%, well, I actually would have lost Bitcoin. So the whole thing is you want to call calls that actually would gain against BTC, because the whole idea when you're trading crypto is to increase your BTC as it takes the lead. And now there was a lot of people saying one thing recently, and I thought it was kind of funny, and it was this. They said to me, Joel, they were saying like everything's decoupling from Bitcoin. And I said, I don't really think so. Like, seemed like it a little bit when we were in a bearish market, but we're not really there right now. So that's what's up. Yeah, you totally missed that last night, Quinn. I was doing a little rapping, a little bit of fun. We were doing karaoke, and I don't know if you guys know, I can actually sing, so it was kind of fun. We were out there for Nem, Thailand. Laura is a good friend of mine. She had her birthday yesterday, so happy birthday, Laura, and a good day to everyone else. So really important, we saw Bitcoin Cash just absolutely explode. I know all of you guys have seen that, and you're like, wow, and it is very beautiful. Gwen, man, how you been, brother? It's been a long time. Hope you're doing really well, bro. Now, one thing that's really cool is this market cap. Do you guys see the market cap? It's as much as the Bitcoin's market cap. The market's gone absolutely ballistic. It was 130 billion 3-4 days ago, and now it's 176 million. We are at a new echelon. We didn't hit this type of volume, and of course we know a lot of it's probably fake, but we didn't hit that kind of volume for a long time. And then we see Bitcoin Cash just explode, EOS explode, Litecoin explode. Guys, does that sound familiar? The only thing that I didn't tell you I liked for long was Bitcoin Cash, and there's a reason for that. It's because of all these hash wars and the drama. But if you guys are in the bot and you know what we're doing there, you would have seen something very interesting, and that would have been that I told everyone to hold Bitcoin Cash and BTC SV about a week ago, and people were saying, oh man, it's never gonna move. And I was like, be patient. And so what the moral of today is, be patient. This market moves when it moves, and it moves very fast. It can move very slow. Viet, Long time no see. I know, man. I'll be doing these more often now. I've been really busy with Athena, getting that ready. That project is going to be awesome for all you guys, especially now we're bullish. Once Bitcoin kind of chills a little bit and kind of finds some non-explosive movements and parabolic moves, then we'll definitely start trading more alts again. But right now, it's much better just to hold BTC and chill. And I'll show you guys some really cool stuff that I had from yesterday, which will be very telling in terms of when I tell you guys something's going to happen. I know it's really hard to trust if you don't know me well, but if you know me well and you follow, you will understand why I say things that I say. One of the things that I said, I'm not trying to say this to brush myself off on my shoulders or anything, but I did say that April was going to have a huge movement. And what have you seen for the last 3 days? We're only on the 3rd of April. We've moved up. Bitcoin is up, what, 30%? 40%, 30%, something like that. Most of the altcoins are up 15, 20, 30%. We're doing pretty good. I would have to say so myself. And I'm sure you all agree. Now, this is kind of how you all feel, right? Do you all feel like the guy with the popcorn? I freaking feel like that. When I'm watching crypto right now, I'm just like, give me some more popcorn. It's great. And I'm sure you all feel like that too. Now, remember, about a year ago, I was a teacher, okay? And I'm still a teacher. I teach you guys about crypto. I teach you about the market. But I was a teacher, and many people that knew me knew I was in a job where I had a really horrible boss, and I hated it. Now, we're feeling that 2017 vibe, aren't we, Gwen? Now, the thing is, I was doing that for a long time, and I loved teaching, but it was just like, I always felt like there's something else that I could do instead of just. And I tell people like this, I say, you know, instead of being the person teaching the youth to change the world, I could maybe help change the world too. And so if you ever feel like that, guys, you can do it, man. I know it's like a little motivational thing that I've been doing lately, but you guys can do it. The message is clear. If you want to do something in this industry, it is immature. It is brand new. So get the popcorn out and start munching on it and feel excited, because you can bite into this industry and be a part of it quite easily. As much as you don't know that, you can. And I'm sure if you guys wanted to do some stuff with Athena, we could probably find a way for you guys to work with us too. So just remember that there's a lot of really good stuff, and I'm excited, Lonzo's excited, Ven's excited, Mitro's excited, Viet's excited. We're all excited for one reason, because things are going crazy. Now, this is a really, really telling one. So I bring this up because it's something you should all know. Oh, I didn't even see Matt. Matt, what's up, man? Sawadee Cup. So what I want to tell you here is, what did I say yesterday? I said, it very much seems like bots are controlling the market. Now, people were saying, maybe, yeah. And I said, no, it's definitely bots controlling the market. And so everyone was saying, okay, all right, I see what you're saying here. And so, okay, that's fine, no problem. Now, I know why Facebook's not working. Something happened. Now, that's okay, no big deal. So who's here? Mitra, I appreciate your motivation. Well, it's so true. It is true, guys. See, that's what I'm saying. But this is really interesting, okay? Bitcoin Cash exploded 50% as Asian algos continue crypto buying spree. Now, why do you think that is? Well, it explains it that software that's been automated over a bunch of exchanges, 3 exchanges specifically, $100 million gets traded at a time. So basically what's happening is these exchanges are getting $100 million, $100 million, $100 million, and it's getting spread out on these exchanges. And they've actually done some analysis of this. So the number of algorithmic crypto traders has jumped in the last 7 months. 17 algo or quantitative funds started since September. Okay, and I've been telling you guys because I know people in the industry that we were gonna have this big April movement, and everyone was saying why, and I said, I can't really tell you, but I know it's gonna happen. I was so sure, and everyone's like, why are you so sure? And it was like, when you know the right people in this industry and they tell you just kind of nothing in code, but you kind of can decode it within your own ears, and you see what they do, not listen to what they say. Remember that. That's a really key thing. Don't listen to what people say. Watch what they do. Okay? So I said, do this. everyone asked me, when have you got, that was a big question. A lot of people asked me, they said, Joel, when did you get back in the market? I was like, around February 3rd, when I told everyone to buy a bunch of different, I didn't tell them to buy, but when I said, I'm going to buy Quark Chain, I'm going to buy ARN, I'm going to buy, what else did I buy? Tons of different stuff. CMT and Theta and all these coins. Everyone's like, why are you buying OST and NAS? And I said, man, the fundamentals on them are amazing, and they're really bottomed out. People are like, what do you mean? I'm like, trust me. So I've been in the market completely pretty much since February. Just so you know, I was ready for it. If you weren't, now that you have me here again, when I'm telling you stuff, I'm not saying that I'm always going to be right, but just listen at very least and then watch what people do. Okay? Now we're seeing this immense amount of movement. Okay, tethered to Bitcoin, $21 billion. We're not talking about a little bit. You have probably seen, and correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but have you not just seen all the people that were holding move their stuff back into Bitcoin? Because that's what you're seeing with all these stable coins, so-called stable coins. Now, what does that mean? This is simply what it means, everyone. People are pulling their money out of those stable coins and putting them back into the market, because there's a lot of people that took their money out of the market and parked it into stable coins for a long time, and we're waiting for this. And so people didn't think we'd have parabolic movements when we started to move back up, but I totally fully expected this, because I know all my friends were doing that, and I knew when it started to move, they all were going to move their money into Bitcoin, but it might be bots. Okay, so here we go. McAfee's tweet, there you have it. Win my case, Bitcoin not at 1 million by December, he's going to eat his dick. Sure, maybe he's the one causing this so he doesn't have to. All right, now any questions from you guys? I'd love to take some on. So if you have them, throw them in on that YouTube chat there. And also, one other thing is, watch this. USD Bitcoin. Here it goes. Bitcoin Cash, 51%. Bitcoin Cash, 139% off December lows. Dash, 110%. EOS, 165%. Litecoin, 201. Monero, 70%. Do you think that the first quarter was a good one? I sure do. I was actually just at a, if you guys followed me, I was just at the Ledger. Ledger just had at Bitfish in Bangkok, they had a little a speaker come in, and they had a panel after that, and they were like, all of them were saying like, oh, we're still in this crypto winter. And I was like, do you guys know what you're even talking about? Like, it wasn't being rude. I was like, but you do realize since like the quarter 1, we've just moved up. So I said to them, do you know that 21 coins have moved up over 100% from the first quarter? And they all looked at each other like, oh, really? And I was like, yeah. And I said, do you guys also realize that April is going to be crypto spring? It already is here. We've already moved up so much and over on the market. And they were like, maybe you are right. And I was like, I know I'm right. And then this happens a couple days later. So it feels really good. Is crypto winter over? I mean, this should tell you it all. And this is another thing I'm going to show you guys right now. You guys ever go on Wrecked? This is basically showing you all the people that got wrecked on BitMEX. Now you usually look for the big ones. So this guy shorted at $5,066 on BitMEX, $789,000. See ya. Okay, this guy $100,000. See ya. This guy $371,000. See ya. The liquidations right now is brutal. Yeah, Cohen, it is funny, right? Spring is definitely here, and like, you just watch it, and what's happening? Liquidated shorts, liquidated shorts, liquidated shorts. Everyone was telling you at 4,200, short the market. What did I tell you guys? If we get to 4,200, there's no way I'm gonna short. I'm gonna watch it go up. And it did. It went up way faster and more than I ever expected so fast. But this is how you get wrecked, okay? Let's short the market at 5,000. Much that once was lost. Rampage, $700,000. There's another guy yesterday that lost $1 million in a day. There was another guy who lost $8 million in a day. I think Mike lost one of these for sure. Just joking. But yeah, it's just like, these are the things that happen when you're overly confident in the market. So look at this: liquidated short on ADA, liquidated short on ADA. ADA pumped just as much as Bitcoin or more. That's crazy, right? And yes, monster kills, dude. Just like brutal. And here's the thing, here's the monster kill right there, only for $500, bro. But these are the things that you have to understand. This is gonna keep happening. This is a really bad one. Short on TRX with $8 million gone. And that's why they use that. So if you guys don't have that on Twitter, you should totally add it. It's kind of funny, but it's also telling you where the market's going. And if you're shorting the market now, God help you. My Jesus Lord, it is not a good time to do that. I'll tell you right now, don't do it, okay? Ride the waves up, okay? If we start moving down, it will happen probably. We'll have a correction, but I think it'd be between 55 and 600, 5,500 and 6,000 is very likely. And like I said in the start of the video, are we going to 5,500? If we can continue breaking, we keep testing 5,000 and moving back down, so it's starting to turn into a little bit of a resistance. But what will happen, and I'm gonna show you that on right here in a second. But here's my prediction from yesterday, just right here. Okay, so if you were watching yesterday, guys, I said, like, this is what's likely gonna happen. It's gonna come. It was right at this time at 5 o'clock yesterday when I was doing the video. I said it's probably gonna come up. It's gonna test the bottom of this wedge and of this bull flag. It totally did exactly that, and then it started moving up. And so timing is not important. It doesn't have to be exact, but look at where I said it was gonna hit yesterday, and look at where it hit. I just missed it by maybe $15. We hit, man, not even, it was at 535. We'll probably hit that today at some point. Right now we're at 506. So the point here is, it was a pretty good prediction, and I expected it to happen because we had a bull flag formation. It was just, I expected it to happen. And if we zoom in, it looks a lot more telling as a bull flag right here, as you can see that. Now, where are we going next? So I have a resistance drawn at 56.94, and I'll show you why I have that drawn there. Do you think Bitcoin will be one on CMT, or in the next years, it will be replaced any coin moving independent as market? Okay, as the market matures, very likely. But here's another thing to also take into consideration is that BTC is first mover, okay? The first mover advantage of anything always has more power than the others. So think of like Amazon. They were like the first to do that whole idea of online shopping on a big, huge, massive scale. Who's taken over Amazon? So it's like that for currency, in my opinion, when it comes to Bitcoin is definitely going to have major movements in the next, let's say, year. So I don't think that we're gonna be, like I said, everyone, my target for the end of this year would be 10 grand. And if we go above that, awesome. But that was a realistic target for me, that we would hit that, because I do believe we're gonna have corrections, because look at the RSI on the daily, it's at 88. On the weekly even, we have the RSI at 55, so we still have a lot of movement to go. And let me just auto-correct this for you to show you. So we have, like, I mean, this is October, and here we go. So last October, we were at the same level, and then we had that movement, right? I don't think it's gonna be like that. It'll be a little more flat than we had last time, but it's very likely we start to move up over into 2020, and then get over 20K again. Now, I would love to be wrong and it to be feed faster, but at the same time, hedge funds and funds do not invest in massive quantities like others, but it's possible that these algo bots, if they're doing it for the funds, are definitely going to push it up faster than we expect too. So that's something just all to consider, put into consideration. Now, when we're looking at things like support and resistance here, where is resistance? So right here is where I drew my line of resistance, because really there isn't really any resistance between 5,500 and 5,000. There really isn't any. I mean, there was some resistance right here. We broke through at 47. There's resistance right there at 6,000, and right around here around 57, 5, 54, 55, 5,700. So we have a lot of growth still to go, guys, and that's why I think that we're gonna have a really beautiful year. Now, another thing to also consider is we keep crushing through these. We're crushing through the 200 EMA right here. So if we're crushing through that and we're closing above it, that's a super bullish sign. Everyone, just keep that in mind. And let me just bring back a little bit to a smaller time frame here. What do I expect to happen next? I expect us probably to correct a little bit. We might move up and a little bit down, and then come back up towards here. Now, I don't know how fast that's gonna happen. We're only on the hourly here, so it probably would be more of a longer term than that, but I'm expecting somewhat of that type of a movement, and it might not be 57, it might be more on the 55 range, so possibly down towards around here before we get up any higher. Okay, so it could be somewhere in this range right there. And let me just make that a new color so you guys can see it a little better. So I think we'll definitely hit some resistance around 55,000. We'll move down a little bit, we'll correct, and then we'll move back up with a really strong movement again. And it could be 5,500 and it could be 5,700, but somewhere in that range. I think more 55 because it's a psychological barrier. And then we could move down, or we could come down and move even higher. But that would be quite, you know, I haven't even drawn resistance for that far away, because that's how long it's been. But our next resistance is in that 6,000 range, and there is a ton of resistance at 6,000. Okay, so when we're in this range right here, we're gonna see somewhere around, you know, around there is going to be a major resistance. And even could probably put this a little bit lower into this range right there, where there's a lot of resistance. So somewhere in the 6,500 range and the 6,000 range as well, we have some resistance there as well. So right in here, right around, we're gonna probably bounce off of this area right here too. So around 6,000. So let's see what happens. I mean, this is support technically before, but I think that it'll turn into some type of resistance as well. So I think we're more than likely to hit this zone right here, the 5,600, and then we're gonna definitely get into a corrective mode. Now, like I said, this is not on a daily. If it's on a daily and I draw this again, we'll see it do something like this. It'll come down and then it will come back up, and that'll be like the 18th of April. That's very likely to happen. Any questions, guys? Ask me. Tavo, man, it's good to see you. I haven't seen you for a while. Now, what's your analysis on ETH? Any idea ETH BTC volume is signifying? Well, Ethereum, I was looking at USD mostly. So Ethereum is also kind of following Bitcoin, but Litecoin's been a big, beautiful thing. Now, here we see Ethereum hasn't crossed over the 200 EMA. If it does, we could see it move in that 220 range. Now you see that the 200 EMA is flattening out, so we could see it move, absolutely. And where do I see the analysis on ETH? Well, we could see that resistance at 220. We could see potential resistance at 200, right around there. We're at 180 is a resistance right there as well, and it looks like we might actually test with that a little bit. Now, Ethereum is also, again, on the daily, way overbought, so it could come crashing down as well. What are the Fib levels? Let's check it out. No problemo. We can definitely do that. If we're looking on the daily, if we're gonna do, if it does retrace, we get back to 128. I don't think we're gonna retrace though, so let's do an extension instead. Bam, bam, bam. So where could we potentially go? We're looking at it around, like we're at right now, we're at 175. So we could look at around the 200, 213. So we could potentially get all the way up to 300 at 2.414, but that will take some time. Just remember that it could take a lot of time to get all the way up there. And how you know you've drawn good lines of support and resistance is generally the Fib will show you that. Now, this one potentially could be a little bit lower, a little higher. It doesn't really matter exactly, but these are our lines of resistance as well. If your Fib matches, it's a good thing. Just so you know, if you ever drawn a Fib extension before. And we're looking very bullish on Ethereum as well, but I think we're gonna have some movement down before we move back up. But again, a lot of us thought that with Bitcoin yesterday, and we just exploded. So what other questions do we have? ETH being the other major base pair and actually used in many cases to provide collateral against. Yeah, Ethereum should do okay only because of that. But as a business model, I do have a problem with Ethereum. Like, they're losing a lot of their business, and a lot of people are getting off of Ethereum right now and going on to faster, better blockchains. So that's something that's interesting. XRP has had some really bearish movements over the last month compared to every other cryptocurrency. So we had that big move in September when I said, like, hey guys, watch out, and then it exploded. But yeah, since then we haven't had a really nice movement from XRP, which could be really telling for everyone that it might be a time for it to have its movements, because it's just gone down and down and down. And look at all the bullish news we've had. XRP is now going to be Coinbase's cross-border payment solution, USDC and XRP for free. XRP just had $1 billion of it bought out of their escrow fund. There's a lot of really good news about XRP, but it hasn't reflected yet. But generally, guys, if you've ever gone and looked at a Bitcoin chart versus any other charts, you would see that XRP always follows later, so just keep that in mind. But if we look at it on the US dollar side, like any coin right now, if you're trading USDT versus other coins, then yeah, you definitely would see that it is moving up in terms of the dollar value. It's gone up about, I think it's 20% or so since what, 2-3 days ago. Yeah, since 31st of March. So it is moving up. The thing is, remember this: if you had 6 Bitcoin in your wallet yesterday, and today you have 5.75 and you have more money, you actually have less money because Bitcoin's worth more than the other altcoins that you have. So a lot of people get confused with this in trading. So keep that in mind, very, very clear, that Bitcoin is what you're trying to stack up because it will be the leader. And if it's the leader, great. Now, if you only have USDT and you're trading USDT against other pairs, it doesn't really matter. Because then you're not trading against Bitcoin. So it really depends on what pair are you choosing. Are you doing Ethereum versus the altcoin? Are you doing Bitcoin versus the altcoin, or USDT versus the altcoin, or TUSD versus the altcoin? Now, that is the key point here, guys. If you're trading, you have to understand that Bitcoin should be increasing, right? So just get that in mind. And yes, Coin XLM is also going to potentially have a movement, but look, you'll see the same thing, moved up and then it moved down and it's kind of stagnant. The last time I was looking at it, seriously, was over here, and then it just went on a crazy downtrend from there and lost about 45%. So XLM definitely could be one that we should keep our minds and our eyes on, because it should potentially have some movement, and it's been really bottomed out. I mean, look at this on a weekly chart, and you can see that XLM is bottomed. It bottomed out already around 7 cents. It's about 10 cents right now, and it's just crossing we're having it cross over the 200, or sorry, the 20 right now on the weekly. On the daily, it's already crossed over, so we're gonna see it move even more. XLM hasn't moved as much as other coins, so keep that in mind. All right, so any other questions before I go, because I don't want to keep you guys all day long. For those of us who are in the States, what do you think about profit taking by transferring to platforms like Nexo and borrowing against profits? Honestly, Glenn, that's an excellent question. Now, remember, if you take out your money in USD, what happens to you if you live in the United States? You get taxed at like 50% if you do it the same year. So what you need to do is park it somewhere. So putting it in Nexo and maybe getting like 5-8% a year, or what is it, a month, I think, that would be a really good way to lend it out and get some profit from doing that. Another thing you could do is, if you just want to park profits in USD, just keep it into a stable coin. I mean, they're not going to lose value. So put it in like TUSD and just leave it there. You can put it on your Trezor. You can take it offline. And as long as you don't need the cash, you're fine. And if you need the cash and you wait a year, then when you do your taxes, you'll pay, like, I think it's 10% if you live in the United States. So this is something really important to know. I don't live in the USA, but in Thailand, they will have crypto taxes because they definitely are progressive. So one thing to know, XRP will catch up when it actually be used. Right now, it's not. Yeah, you're right. Lily, you're right, because banks are not really using it yet, but everyone is going to be using it soon. Keep that in mind, okay? Now, I'm gonna let you guys go. It's been 30 minutes, way longer than I expected it to be, but it's been great, the engagement you guys have had. I'll see you guys again this week, probably on Friday, unless we have another extreme bullish movement again and we see some beautiful things. In Nexo, you can borrow against any of the altcoins and they support without having to sell the coins. That's pretty cool. I know Nexo's a pretty cool project, and I'm gonna have to look into that more, Gven, because that's something definitely interesting, that you can borrow against the altcoins. Something you guys should all look at. So I'll see you guys again on Friday. Remember to click that subscribe, like, and share button. Tell your friends about it, because if you want your friends to know what's going on in the crypto industry, I'll definitely give you what you need to know at any time, very happily. So have a great day, guys. Speak to you all soon. Coach K signing out. Peace.